we know that a lot of you out there have been eagerly waiting for the Division 2, and now it's finally here. The great news is that the reviews are good and there should be plenty to look forward to for long-term players. The next question to ask is, how does it run on the latest hardware? AMD have sponsored this video and we look into how AMD Ryzen 5 and 7 2000 series CPUs perform when running the Division 2. Starting off with CPU performance, we used an RTX 2080 with 1080p medium settings. This takes away any chance of bottlenecking from the GPU and allows us to see how the CPUs perform. Next, we kept the same hardware but ups the graphics to ultra settings to see how this impacted the CPU performance. All of the CPUs on test maintained extremely playable frame rates, with only the bottom tier models dropping under 100 frames per second. Safe to say that the Division 2 should be very playable at 1080p even on lower end CPUs. Time to push up the resolution to 1440p. We've just stuck with ultra settings from now on. As you can see, even with our RTX 2080, the performance gaps is now reducing as we start to see some bottlenecking. Although at the bottom of this benchmark, the Ryzen 5 2400G is still offering 83 frames per second average, just 9 frames per second separating it from the Intel 9700K. That's a £129 CPU, not bad going. Lastly, at 4K with ultra settings, you can see that even our RTX 2080 is holding back all of our CPUs, dropping to 49 frames per second pretty much across the board. Versus previous generations, AMD has really stepped up its game for the Division 2, offering comparable performance to Intel's offerings, but also having those extra cores when it's time to do other tasks. Now let's take a look at graphics card performance. We've tested a range of current graphics cards to give you an idea of how performance scales at 3 resolutions, starting with 1080p ultra settings. Then up to 1440p, and lastly 4K. So there you have it. Tell us your thoughts on the game and how it performs in the comments, and don't forget, if you liked this video then hit that like button.